This is the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan. This is KRUI, Iowa City.
It is noon in Iowa City. The temperature is 65 degrees, and for KRUI, this is the latest news with Ethan Gutstein and Kierra Lewis. Here are the headlines for this Wednesday morning. More miscommunication between community and police, Republican newspaper goes Democrat, and the Cedar Rapids floods will impact Iowa more than people think.
But we'll begin with a developing story from this morning. The Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, which was a commercial flight shot down by an unidentified missile in 2014, finally has a lead as to the perpetrator. The Dutch National Detective Force stated at a news conference that there is conclusive evidence that a Russian-made missile shot down the airliner and then was subsequently returned to a Russian territory. Earlier this week, the Russian Defense Ministry refuted any Russian involvement and claimed it was shot down by Ukrainian forces. Ukrainian officials have yet to comment.
In what has been an extremely controversial year for police around the country, another protest has arisen in El Cajon, California, after the police shooting of an unarmed black man. The sister of the unidentified man called police in hopes of helping her mentally ill brother. She claimed he was acting erratically and not like himself. When the police arrived, the man was holding up an unknown object between his hands and standing in a shooting stance. In response to this, a cop on the scene shot him several times. The community of El Cajon had an angry but peaceful protest.
To show how complex and different this 2016 presidential election is, 3 historically Republican news outlets have come out in support of Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump. The Arizona Republic, which has existed since 1890, has never supported a Democrat before. However, they view Trump as not conservative and not qualified. The other 2 news outlets, the Cincinnati Enquirer and Dallas Morning News, view Clinton as the only option and claim that Trump presents a clear danger to this country.
The world just lost an extremely influential leader and former Israeli Prime Minister Shimon Peres, who passed away this morning at the age of 93. He has had a strong presence in Israeli politics with over 50 years in Israeli parliament, including serving as an Israeli president from 2007 to 2014. Notably, he won a Nobel Peace Prize for his involvement in the peace agreement between Israelis and Palestinians. Among the world leaders to attend his funeral are Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and Prince Charles.
It's a rough time for dog owners in Montreal as the city council yesterday voted to ban ownership of pit bulls. This bill was intended to be discussed at a later date, but it became a topic of conversation sooner after the death of a Montreal woman to a dog attack nearly 3 months ago. Proponents of this bill claim it will lessen attacks by dangerous dogs. However, opponents have been protesting that this bill will kill innocent dogs and will, quote, create a bigger problem than a solution.
Good news for Cedar Rapids residents as the Cedar River starts to slowly descend. Residents in flood zones may be able to return to their home as early as Friday. Tuesday, the Cedar River crested 6 feet above what is considered major flood stage. Thousands of residents were evacuated to ensure their safety. Though the flood did damage houses and local businesses, the flood did major damage to harvest. Officials estimate thousands of acres of harvest were impacted by the flood. Farmers plan to combine within the next few days, but it could take as long as 2 weeks before they're able to harvest.
Iowa's leader in catches is now on crutches. Wide receiver Matt Vanderberg broke his foot in practice earlier this week and now has Iowa fans wondering where the offense goes from here. Vanderberg is now helping to forge a replacement for himself for the upcoming homecoming game this weekend against Northwestern.
While things may be looking unfortunate for the Hawkeye football team, things may be looking up for a Decor couple who plan to build a replica of the Kinnick Stadium as a home in the Manville Heights area of Iowa City. After months of back and forth approval from the Iowa City Board of Adjustments, the board will finally make a ruling about the home Friday evening.
Finally, a quick look at the weather forecast for Iowa City. Today will be mostly cloudy with the temperature high being 65 degrees, and for KRUI, this is Ethan Gutstein and Kierra Lewis, wishing all you Hawkeyes listening a great homecoming.
This is the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan.